All right, everyone, welcome to our first of what's going to be many calls leading up to the Open. We've got one going every week, and this is going to be a series. We'll be posting the recording, so if you miss one of them, make sure to catch up. We're going to be throwing out a lot of good info, hoping to get more people on here to share their perspectives and or questions. We've got some amazing helpers. We've got Craig Howard from Diablo CrossFit and Zia Rohrenbach from CrossFit Counterculture and CrossFit Counterculture North. Is that where the North goes?
Yeah.
Yeah. And we just soft opened this morning and is going to be having the
Yeah.
really soon. So could not ask for more experience in terms of the open and how to run it and how not to run it and where to be successful. And we've got so many cool different things that are being rolled out with this year's open that we want to make sure everyone's taking advantage of. So getting to already chat with Craig and Zia a little bit prior. We have some ideas of things we want to share and talk through. If Craig, I don't know if you want to take it right away, but I know at
Yeah, I
one point
can. Yeah, I can.
talk about
I'll
some
just,
of marketing resources, but go ahead, Craig.
yeah, that's fine. And we can go over those too. But look, I don't profess to do it perfectly. There are other affiliates that even do a better job than we do. Just been doing it a long time, and I'm pretty passionate about having a great open. It creates a unique opportunity for us to connect with our community. It's a pain in the ass. At the end of the third week, we do our last Friday night lights. My wife and I go home, and it's literally just like it just is a huge relief off the shoulders. But that work pays huge dividends throughout the year is it keeps our community engaged. If you it correlates directly, I go back and I look at my big years, where the years where I had a massive open, we had great years in the business, just all the way across. What's really something I kind of randomly discovered this year, I suppose I intuitively knew, is that it is, and it has been since 2020, um, the CrossFit Open. It's not the CrossFit Games Open anymore. And I think about the CrossFit Open as being something that we do where all of us can come together worldwide to do the same workouts together for 3 weeks. And I put it to my community like that. Interestingly enough, most of our, most gyms have, 4 to 5% attrition a month. So a lot of our new members don't really have any history in the CrossFit Games and what it means, what the Open means, and all the drama and shit that's gone down over the years, and the reasons why some people may do it or not do it. All they know is um, the Open is challenging, and it brings everybody together, once or twice a week to do a workout together, and that is on a global level. So some of the things that we've done that are really successful, and this year we're making a huge push because it's our 20th year as an affiliate, and so we want to make it our biggest one ever. To do that, I've already started promoting it within our gym. I put an aggressive goal up. The highest number of people we've had is 214 register for the Open, and that's just me starting when it opens, and a few people will sign up, and then we kind of, as we get closer and closer and closer, I get more panicky and then start to push our members to sign up. This year I've put a solid goal out there in front. I want 300 people signing up for the Open, and I thought about how the some of the ways to do that and get that going. And I've got a couple of cool ideas I'll share with you, but one of them is I've if we have a really big first day, I know that will drive a lot of momentum. So I've set a goal of 100 people signing up on the
I
first
know.
day, or I've got it on our whiteboard in the front of the main gym, and I'm telling everybody, and I've put it in emails. I want 100 on the first day and then 300 overall, and people are already kind of getting excited about it as well. We also do an intramural open. We've done one every year for I guess last 5 or 6 years. I wish I'd actually done it sooner because it's a hell of a lot of fun. But the open, let me just start with some ideas surrounding, and then and tell me when to stop talking if you want to interject or ask questions, because I'll just go quickly. The first thing is there's a significant opportunity here with the coupon codes. And if you haven't already used them or thought about them, you have an opportunity through CrossFit to purchase, and I'll put the link in here because it's damn hard to find in the toolkit. I don't even know if it's in the toolkit yet, but you can purchase coupon codes for the Open, $20 each. And so I purchased Yeah, well, I actually hadn't had them purchased. I knew I was going to have to purchase them, but I made cards for at our holiday party on December 16th, and we put those cards under 10 chairs. I put 10 coupon. Basically, I created a CrossFit Open coupon and put them under chairs at our holiday party. And then at some point in the holiday party, I asked everybody to reach under their chairs, and the 10 people pulled up and
That's
came to
so
the front of the room. We got a picture with them. But it's an easy way. It's a cool way to kind of promote the Open, but also get people. That's $200, and it was worth $200 to do that. Today, one of my members he's a real estate agent, asked for sponsorships opportunities, and I said, shit, just buy some coupon codes. So he bought 20 coupon codes, and he's giving them, and we're putting them on business cards. Actually, I just created a sticker with the coupon code, and he's putting on his business cards. He's giving it to all of our coaches. So he's buying open entries for all of our coaches. But there's a lot of things you can do with that coupon code. One, get sponsors. If you got sponsors for your gym, small business owners, other people that want to connect with your community, that's a great way to do it. And then start the whole process of getting people signing up for the Open. I'm telling people, anybody that's getting a coupon code, by the way, is signing up on January 14th. And that way I'll can help build that momentum. But there's a lot of ideas. I started thinking of all the things you could do with free coupon codes. So you could put 100 people in the Open for $2,000, and you may have somebody within your gym or your community that wants to do that. The other thing we do is
I think you get a little bit off if you buy more than 40. You get a 10% cut. So it'd be a little under
yeah, you
cheesy.
get yeah, right.
So
Oh, that's right.
save a little.
It would. Yeah, after if you buy 40 of them, it gives you
10%
what
off.
a 10% off. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I have that because I bought them in two groups. I bought
Oh,
them for the business, and I looked today and I went through and I'm like, oh, I bought 37 codes. Damn it. Three more codes and I could have gotten the 10% discount. Um, and then the other thing we do is we run an intramural open, and there's a number of different affiliates that do a really good job of this. And I always copy some of their ideas. Nicole Christensen at CrossFit Roots, you might make a note of that. I think if you go to her website, she may have somewhere on her website, she has how to run an intramural open, or all of the documentation available. But we do it, and we've done it a couple of different ways. One is we have teams, 3 or 4 teams, and then we do a draft. That's a hell of a lot of fun. Last year, we decided just to split the gym in two, men and women, and compete against each other. That was a hell of a lot of fun. The common theme between both all of our intramural opens is how we score the intramural open, and this is where it gives you an opportunity to increase participation and make everybody feel like they have an opportunity to contribute. So the way we do it is I look at performance as a scoring opportunity, and we'll give points 10 down to 1, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 for the based upon the best open men and the best open women in for that week. So the team gets 10 points for your hot rod athlete that does that kicks ass and is the best in the gym. 10 points for the best man and best woman. Then we also do the same thing for masters, and then we also do the same thing. So the 10 down to 1 for scaled, and you could do 5 if you don't have that many members, or even 3. But we do the same thing. So scaled and masters, men and women, and then we also do the same thing. Now we did scaled and foundations together. Now, because the way CrossFit scales those workouts, man, we get with foundations would end up on top sometimes, and scaled athletes would end up on top sometimes. So that was pretty cool. Some years, and I think last year we combined the masters with the open athletes because the scaling for the masters was so good that our masters athletes were kicking ass and beating the open athletes because of the scaling that CrossFit already put into the workout. So you just look at it and make that determination. But performance scoring is, if you extend it across all those categories, everybody's included. And if you want another pain in the ass with it, and this happens, is you get fucking open athletes doing it scaled so that they could score points for their team. This is where intramural opens descend into, which makes it a hell of a lot of fun, by the way. And I tell people, if you're going to do a scale, you got to do scale the entire thing. And we refrain from people trying to game it. So in other words, choosing the work out of the week. If you're scaled, you're scaled because of a reason. I had one coach that was scaled last year because he had a wrist injury, and it was great. He ended up scoring a couple of times, but other times he didn't. Um,
Do
and
you
that's
guys
performance.
charge
Go ahead.
the
What's
intramural?
that?
Yeah, was asking, do you guys charge anything to join the intramural, or once they've signed up for the open, they're in?
Once I signed up for the opener, and it's basically our investment into and that's where we spend our marketing. We spend our marketing on the open, the community, the three events, the Friday Night Lights, and then we spend it on our holiday party, and both of those are
Yeah.
big blowouts. And then so those are those are the performance ones and participation ones. Oh, I do have one more performance one, by the way. This one's an important one. We'll do either a point for judging. Every time you judge, you get a point for your team, or we've done 10 down to one. Again, same thing, the top 10 judges. You will have no shortage of judges if you give points for judging. I mean, it literally was, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago, one of my coaches suggested, I'm like, oh, well, let's see how this goes. We go in and we'd have the heat times where when you come into Diablo for Friday Night Lights, all the heat times are up on the board, and it's athlete spaces, and you got to reserve your time, and people come in, reserve their time, and then judging, and there's a whole line for judging, and the judges lines would fill up before the athlete would, and it was like, for us, it was mind blowing. Finding judges is always a pain in the ass, so you weight the scoring to include judges. So that's performance. And then participation, we would give people points for um, participating in Friday Night Lights. You get a point. So if we use, at the time we've always used Mind Body, so we just looked at our Mind Body registration, who was there, and then we gave them points for. Let me see what else was for participation was
Do you guys
Friday Night Lights, and then here's the other one, because this one's a pain in the ass too. Entering your score online after you do the freaking open, because when I use a crude spreadsheet stuff, and I'll give you guys access to the all my documents for the open, for the intramural open, but I use a spreadsheet, and I like to download the CSV file from CrossFit, and the CSV file has everybody's scores. And what's cool about that too is that in the CSV file it tells you who the judge was, who their official judge was. So that's pretty cool. And so you get both of that. But if they don't enter their fucking score, you get no score. And we're still, I mean, I don't care what you do, you're still going to chase people down on Monday to try and get them to enter their score online. So we give a point for Friday Night Lights to the team, and then we give a point for entering your score. That's the participation stuff that we do. And here's the new thing the twist we added this last year. We copied CrossFit Roots. We give specialty points every week. And specialty points are, I call them, we do an event that is outside of the open. We did 1 week, we did a bowling tournament. So your team, I called the bowling alley, got it set up. We went on, and you brought your team, and the team brought whoever they could, and we just did a bowling competition. And then I give 10 specialty points. I was giving 10 specialty points to each team for their for what they did that week. Nicole Christensen does a fashion show. And it's pretty hilarious, and she does it before the Friday Night Lights. And the fashion show is the CrossFit Roots gear, so it's themed on the gym, and that actually is pretty hilarious. And then she has independent judges that judge and who wins. But there's all kinds of stuff that you can do. We've done a couple of different things. We did one year we did like a beer pong one competition amongst the teams. That was a hell of a lot of fun. So and those just become extra scoring opportunities. So that, it's a little bit of work, but it's a hell of a lot of fun. So
did you guys
that's it.
do,
That's pretty basic.
were there like hype videos one time where everyone had to come up with
Oh yeah, that's right. That
themed
was a good one.
outfits and
That was a great idea. One of my members it does it's a lot of Instagram stuff, said, hey, have a competition for hype videos for the open for Diablo. and they each team created a freaking killer video, and then the points went to the team that had the most views on their
That's
video on
perfect.
Instagram. That was free content, and
Wow.
the videos were fucking great. I was actually blown away at how good they were. So
The
that
irony
was
there too is that the other teams are watching the opponents and upping the
oh
views.
yeah,
So it's like they're actually
oh yeah,
sabotaging themselves. So it's perfect.
yep.
I love
Yeah,
it.
that was a hell of a lot of fun. Yeah, so you can think of really unique stuff like that. But and here's the other thing: if you do dividing the gym and men and women was great if you have a pretty good balance of people. We one year we did masters versus millennials. That was a lot of fun.
So
That's
fun.
that's the easiest way to do it. Like you don't have to do a draft. The team stuff you can do it. You can divide up teams, but you can do a draft. And everyone thinks, well, the draft's unfair because you people go in and they just pick the people that are the top athletes.
It's not the
But our
top athletes
drafts,
that give the most points,
that's
though.
right. Oh, that's right.
I
And there's
People
and
fight
some of
over
the
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 scaled one.
judges,
Yeah, the
oh, and
judge
the
people that'll
scaled
judge.
athletes. And I got to tell you what, the draft is the fun. First of all, we can't put it on video and show people live because the conversations about the people in the gym and why they're good or not good is absolutely the best. It's cathartic for an owner to, to hear the commentary that these people come up with. And then the battle, and it will go through they'll take Jackson Miller, who's a coach, and he's our best athlete in our gym. And so we'll go, Jackson Miller, oh, okay, that's the number one pick. And then the third team goes, and the third team picks, you know, an athlete that's, or not even that is scaled, but judges everybody and creates a lot of points for the team. And everybody in the draft room is like, oh, I completely forgot about that. That person, that's right. They're always there. They're always judging. They're always dressed up. So that kind of stuff makes the draft a hell of a lot of fun. We always put a captain of the team as one member. When we do it, we do one member and then one coach. And I ask my coaches to volunteer for that. I posted a link in the chat. That's a link to a Google Drive where I have the spreadsheets for all of my stuff. I did a call with CrossFit on this, and I said, the only thing about giving everybody access to this is that I usually get a lot of follow-up questions because they're spreadsheets, and everybody hates spreadsheets, and they're a little bit confusing. But if you go through it, spend a little bit of time on it, I have the main spreadsheet where the scoring is kept. I have the spreadsheet where the team names are, and then I have a spreadsheet where I kind of the worksheet where I download the CSV file, convert it, and all that pain in the ass stuff. It takes me, just off the top of my head, probably about 2 hours a week. It was taking me to do the scoring for the Intramural Open, and it's again, but it's really worth it. So there's that. So those are the two big things we're doing. Is start promoting it now. Try and get a big first day if you can. I would encourage everybody to try and do that. I can't. I really think, and this is just the editorial section of this, is that I really believe that a huge CrossFit Open is so beneficial for CrossFit on so many levels. It's beneficial for the affiliates. It's beneficial for the brand. It's beneficial for the methodology. It's beneficial for certifications. Everybody looks to the Open and says, "Huh, is CrossFit doing good, or is CrossFit gonna die?" And open participation is one of those numbers that everybody loves. But when you have a big open in your gym, it's just contagious and it lasts a long time. So I can't encourage affiliates enough, and to tell all other affiliates, tell all the other affiliates, get your coaches on board too, get everybody in and involved with the open. I'm committed to doing this on a big scale at Diablo, and I want to extend it to the CrossFit community as a whole as well.
That's amazing. I'm going to be putting up a post after this call about challenging the West Coast affiliates, because that's really the only people my audience is, to try to make that first day registration huge. And
Yeah.
not selfishly from a CrossFit HQ perspective, but rather exactly what Craig said. If you get that big push on day one, it's going to have a benefit to you and your gym to get that big number, and just to create a little bit of friendly competition between the West Coast gyms. Like, why not West Coast gyms against each other? Who can get the biggest signups in on day one? Just like, I'll even post like what our totals were for day one, but also like us against the rest of the world. Like, what if the West Coast just really blows up that first day of registration
Mhm.
and everyone turns and looks and like, what happened in day one? Whether it was codes, coupon codes or what have you. I loved that idea. So I'm going to be putting up a post and trying to challenge everyone to make that push. Also in the chat, I put
Last year, by the way, last year I got challenged by Block CrossFit. We started off really anemic.
I'm
Diablo
going
did.
to reach out to Joe because he's a riot. Joe at Block CrossFit.
Oh, Joe.
Yeah.
So fun.
I refer to him as that son of a bitch.
He'll answer to both, but
Called me out on Instagram. But I also want to,
so fun.
thank him. I want to thank because one, his Instagram is awesome if
He's
you're
right.
not following him. And two, like that got me that like literally that was the kind of the slap in the face that we needed a Diablo to get us going. It was awesome.
It was great. He was a little bit of an underdog of the top dogs. Like I think he was saying they,
Yep.
only crack into the top five, and he's looking for that number one spot and all those things. So it was really fun. I'm going to try to go light a fire under him as well. And Craig, I know it's been said before, there's like an unofficial Diablo Fort Vancouver and then, West Coast adjacent roots competition of who can have the most.
Yeah.
So you're already calling your shot with 300. So we'll see how
Mhm.
Adam and Nicole respond to that. As far as intramural resources, I put them in the chat and I will put them in the YouTube description. There's, in addition to the store that Craig put in, there's also from Roots, you could actually purchase an intramural open kit. And there's also an article written on the game site that I posted that I think they interviewed Craig, I think they interviewed Nicole from Roots and possibly some others. And they basically summed it all up in this article about running an intramural open. And then
They're going to put a template for an intramural open in the toolkit on Monday.
yeah, I think that's being finalized, right? That's perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have all these links as well. So anyone that's not on the call live can grab these later. Um,
The content that is on the CrossFit Toolkit, I dug into it. It's good stuff. There's of course all the media graphics are cool. But the plans and prep and all that stuff right now is pretty damn good.
it is. I
It's
didn't,
sort
we
it's
talked about,
more than we've ever had. That's for
yeah.
sure.
Well, and that's the cool thing is I think this is a really good starting point to build for future opens where we just owners know that it's coming and HQ is prepping for it and beyond, like you said, beyond the Canva templates, which are very handy. And I was going to highlight some of the gyms that have already been taking advantage of those. But beyond that, there's literally step by step, if that's helpful to you. I know a lot of people have it their own way. But if the open is overwhelming, if it feels like one of those things where I don't know where to start, do I start with the coupon codes? Do I start with the, promoting the first day of registration? Do I start with running an intramural? Like it really organizes it from last month all the way up until, day one of the open, as well as even a calendar for how to look at things February through March. So if you guys have not gone to that yet, I posted about it and I had a couple people comment that they can't find the marketing kit. When I log into the toolkit, it's right at the top and it says marketing resources. So I was either like, these people are either not logged in or I'm missing something. So if anyone can't find it, please contact me. If you're on the West Coast, contact your rep. Should be able to see that. If for some reason your account is not currently in good standing, you would not be able to see it. That would be the other reason. Um, but I mean, yeah, I can share my screen on these. I think we did go over them in a previous call, so I don't want to beat a dead horse here. But some of the things they highlight and break up is what you could be doing, talking about it inside the walls of the gym. What are you talking about at the whiteboard? What are what is the messaging like? Also, what about in social media campaigns or emailing campaigns? How are you getting the word out to the people that maybe aren't in the gym? um, Things to think about, which you highlighted as well, Craig, is the people that have been with you for just under a year. This is their first opportunity and first time hearing about it, maybe. So, how is your messaging to new members? How can you get them excited about this? How can you explain it without over explaining those kinds of things? Um, Giving you ideas to like talk about goals and things like that. Go ahead, Craig.
Well, one of the things that we've done this year, and I did it for our inter-gym comp that we did, and it was one of my coaches telling me because I'm 63. He goes, dude, where's the UPC code? Or is it, I think it's UPC code, right?
QR.
The QR code. The QR code.
Wow.
See, I just
Wow.
aged myself right there. UPC code, a QR code. And
Perfect.
so I was like, QR code. He goes, oh, dude, you got to have a QR code. Like everybody's going to do it on the phone. So that's what I did this year on the Open. I got the Open up, and then I got the QR code for going to the game site, and then more info about the Open. People want the QR code, so now I got these stupid flyers all over the gym with a QR code for signing up for the Open.
That's so smart because every one of us should have that printed and put up at several places in the gym to make it just so dang easy. I love that. So obvious. UPC or QR, whichever one works for your community. Um, let's see. Yeah, and I think hopefully all the owners remember and found their code for the free judges course. That's new this year. All owners should have received that. So if you lost that or can't find it, reach out to me. But you can take care of that. Let's see what else was in the. Oh yeah, I think Jet was kind of asking about, charging more for the intramural. There's a little bit of talk in the marketing kit about how you could bundle your open registration. Some gyms do that. Is that something you guys do, Jet, or had thought about doing? Like we add a t-shirt or you add, like you said, your intramural registration or
Yeah, we're thinking about it but last year this gym only had like 5 registrants for the open. So I feel like I'm probably gonna go gear more towards like Craig and
Mhm.
just like just try to get all our marketing into like the open just through the registration and not like any additional costs to it.
Yeah, I think that's good. I know it is a lot of there are some actual costs and then there's a lot of just work on the part of the owners and the coaches. So it feels justified probably to carry that over to the members. But yeah, I think if possible.
What's cool though is with the way the coupon codes work now is you can do a bundle price. Do $40 and then take and then buy the codes and give them the codes and then do whatever you want with the balance. But then when they have a code, then they feel like they bought. Oh, okay, cool. There's my code to get the free registration, and then if a T-shirt comes, or they're using the money for other stuff. I would also encourage affiliates as much as possible reach out to members who have small businesses, especially people like bookkeepers, real estate agents, insurance people, investment people. Those people are looking for small business opportunities to market, especially if they're your members, and they can buy some codes.
Yeah, and tell them about the discount if they buy 40 or more. They
Yeah.
get a small break. Yeah, it's a really great idea to involve, yeah, those small businesses and get the word out without just them feeling like they're, putting their number up on a board somewhere in the gym. So yeah, January 14th, mark it on your calendars, put that up on the whiteboard, put it up on your social. I'm going to put up a post. Feel free to repost that. I might tag some of the gyms that were in the top for registration. I know Harvest, you guys were definitely up there and in the running last year for a big part leading up. You guys were big registrations, and you guys also put out some really cool content leading up to the Open, so I appreciate that. What about does anyone at this time ever offer? I know, Craig, this is something you guys do sometimes year round, but I don't know if you guys do this, Zia, but sort of like skills focused, open skills clinics or, register for this day and we're going to be zeroing in on pull-ups or double unders because we know we're likely to see them. Some of these more popular movements.
Yeah, we do. I mean, we do skill classes all year, but we do a gymnastics class every Sunday. And during starting January 1st, we like rename it like Open Prep Gymnastics course, like skills class, where people can come in and we can practice. We also, because we do our own programming, we do like a very like we're in open prep right now. And so we've been talking about it with them since December 20th when we started this last cycle. It's literally called open prep so that we can go over like those drills. I have RX Smart Gear coming out in a couple of weeks to do like a seminar on double unders, just things to get everybody kind of like hyped up.
That's great. Is any of the class sounds like, well, obviously just talking about the Open is no additional, but are any of those additional classes an additional charge? Or they all just kind of,
So I don't charge for my gymnastics class. It's just included in the membership. It's something that I offer. It's every Sunday and I don't charge for that, but you absolutely could. And then the RX Smart Gear gymnastics clinic, that doesn't cost me anything because they sell memberships for that, or they sell registration for that. So, but you could absolutely sell like a booster program. I just don't.
And those are places where you could bundle, I feel like.
Yeah,
You
of
come to the
course.
gymnastics clinic and, that's costs, we'll take off some of the costs of the gymnastics clinic and you get the open and we're going to bundle it or whatever.
Yeah.
So could be a cool, yeah, if it was a $20 3-hour gymnastics class, but we'll knock it down to 15 if you buy it for 35 and you get an open code or whatever. So
Yeah.
you get creative and have fun there. Really just kind of depends on the gym.
Right.
Any one of you guys already using some of the social media templates? I saw Harvest, I think you guys did. I saw that last night. Like it's kind of like rainbowy, like blue, yellow, green. Yeah. You guys put up a post on that. And then I think I saw CrossFit Anaheim did it. I just was grabbing really quick last night some of the gyms that did that. They have it in like every single shape and size if you log in there. And then there's also printable posters if you want to put them up around the gym. So start
Can you
getting.
guys hear me?
Yep.
Oh, you can?
I can.
Wow, that's wonderful. Yeah, we're trying to get like the biggest jump start this year. Sorry to interrupt you, Katie. But last year, we went from probably having like 2 years ago, I think we were stoked to get like 50 registrations. And then last year we were like trying to compete with Craig. So we like got up over 100 and that was like wild. So I think just like implementing, I didn't look at Nicole's kit, but just like implementing these things, people are going to get excited about the open. And using those. So this year we're like, well, it was kind of overwhelming to have over 100 people participating. But at the same time, like, so I'm not concerned about like, let's be bigger and better than last year. Let's just try to like always be better, right? It doesn't have to be bigger. But so we're trying to get as much jump start. So I'm trying to utilize those things as much as possible. So even just that like Canva thing, we just threw some of our pictures in from last year and people are getting excited about it. So yeah.
Well, let's talk about for a second though, like how impressive her open registration was. Craig, yours was too. But like percentage of her gym, how many members do you have?
We have 180 members.
And she had over 100 people sign up. The percentage of her gym that participated in the open it has to be one of the highest in the country. Like, I mean, nobody talks about like the percentage of that, but like almost everyone in her gym signed up for the open.
I think we only have 110 CrossFit members. Like the 180 is like HIIT class and kids. So some of them like will not participate, right? Some HIIT class people refuse, but kids obviously they can't yet. Yeah. So yeah, I think last year we had like 110 or maybe something like that. So like low 100, and then we had over 100 people register for the open. So like I said, like wild, everything just like fell into place so perfectly. So yeah.
I almost love that. Like Zia, you were saying, like, I wish, I don't have any of the gym's numbers. And of course, people could, fudge the numbers and be like, oh yeah, I only had 56 members and I got 50 signups. But it would be really cool in people's posts if they could almost be showing us and their members, like, look how close we are to how many, again, I know maybe not everyone wants to reveal how many members they have, but even just saying percentage of people of our gym that have signed up and, guys, we're only at 30% right now. I know we can get more and just kind of exciting that, like getting the spirit of let's be part of the gym community. Let's get more of our percentage up. Could be really cool. I'd love to see that. Craig, you put a number in the chat. What does that mean? Oh, wait, you're muted.
Muted. Mono man.
You got muted.
You're muted, Craig.
Shoot.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
No, ignore that. That's the one-time code to get into my American Express account.
Okay. Oh, perfect.
Perfect. I'll make sure that everybody gets that.
We'll be discussing Katie's next month call is going to be transition plans when you're aging out of CrossFit.
When you just
And
start
how do you
giving us your like emergency code to Amex.
Yep.
Whoops. Jet, you guys were no way the lowest. If you had 5 people, you were no way the lowest. And that's something, as for me with the region, my goal would almost be taking anyone that was a 1 to a 5, anyone that was a 5 to a 10, because I understand that different gym cultures can't just go from 5 to 50, right? But even just being like, we're going to talk about it, more than we did last year, and we're going to get more interest. And it really, just like everything in the gym, it starts with the owners and then it starts with the coaches. So making sure that your staff can spin it in a positive way. I have my own love-hate relationship with the Open. I really do truly love it, but there's that anxiety of the athlete side of me. There's the stress of the coach side of me and making sure that I can figure out all the workouts and get everyone appropriately, set up and scaled. So we all have these different, elements that come into play when we hear it's open season. And so if you can get your staff on board, get them excited, get their codes to the register covered. I'm trying to see if on day one of registration, I can somehow offer any kind of incentives through us, whether it's like get you guys a free judges course to give to one of your coaches or something like that. I would love to look at additional challenges as the weeks go on. I don't know if I can think of a new challenge every single week, but maybe it's not always the most signups, or maybe it's who did the biggest jump from week 2 to week 3, or who has doubled since last year. And if it's 10 people doubled and we put them all in a hat and we, maybe double isn't the number, but because all the ones could just go to twos, but maybe we think of a way where other gyms are involved besides just the top 5, top 10 and get a little bit of incentives, get you a free open code if you were able to make that push with your gym or a free judges course for one of your coaches. But yeah, I really do think talking about it is going to be the difference maker.
A good one would be this year's registrations versus last year's.
Yeah. And I have that data in a spreadsheet.
Yeah,
It's constantly, I got to see how often it refreshes, if it's a daily refresh or a weekly refresh, but that one is very cool. And I can actually look back a lot of years, but most important would be like this year to last. And then for some of the newer gyms, like, first year gyms let them have their own little race one week. And we just look at all the gyms that are in their first year and who's got the most registrations for year one. That could be cool. So just kind of, I would love any input if people have ideas. I know sometimes smaller gyms feel left out of the open registration race. So you got to go. Bye. Thanks for coming. Any other, I know we got stuff we can talk about also in the future calls, so I don't want to keep anyone too long. Is there anything else you wanted to cover, Craig, for week 1?
No, that's pretty much that's pretty much it. The only other questions I've gotten is there's people that will do the open or set up Friday Night Lights, and then their members don't actually register for the open; they just run it internally.
Yeah.
And I would encourage everyone to this year, especially this year. I think this year is particularly important for CrossFit overall, and the health of the business and the health of the community and the health of the affiliates, is that we all make an effort to get everybody registered and participate directly through the open. It's a once in a lifetime, opportunity to compete in the open against people from around the world. I always like to think that there's in it, and I do. I kind of troll the people around my name and in the open, in my age group, in my name, and I look and I'll see people around the world, and I know they're doing the same. And that to me is worth $20, man. Just seeing that and knowing that somewhere someone else is either motivated or inspired to try to kick my ass at in the open is pretty cool. But you have it forever. How often do you guys do this? I do this. We program from time to time open workouts from past opens, and then I'll go back and I'll look and I'll pull it up on the games leaderboard. And I'll see the 11.2 or something like that, and I'll go and look at my score and compare myself to my past self. That's worth $20 for me. That's pretty freaking cool, and it's 3 workouts that are really good workouts that probably will show up in your gym programming at some point in time. I was like, it's what, $6.50 per workout. I'll pay that to have that. And if you're closing here, I would encourage everybody to remember that this is the CrossFit Open. It's not the CrossFit Games Open. It is important that we contribute, so that we contribute to the red shirts, we contribute to the affiliates, we contribute to the athletes who we're going to watch later on at the end of the year. It's all good.
Hey, you guys were talking about bundling ideas. Did McLaren let you in on her? She bundled the nutrition with her open registration. So she's doing it didn't get like a great reception so far, because we're coming off of just finishing up a pretty successful nutrition challenge. So when you run things back to back, the second one doesn't slap like the first one did. So but with that, they get their nutrition accountability, I think a t-shirt, and then when we buy a bundle of codes, they're going to get a code too. So that's an idea for you. She didn't say anything
I
about
was
that.
planning on talking about there is nutrition guidance in the open marketing kit as well. And I was
Oh,
like,
cool.
we'll talk about that on Tuesday's
Yeah.
call, and that is a great idea that I hadn't thought of. Perfect spot to bundle it. Thank you for saying that. And I'll probably
Yeah.
even reference, even if McLaren's not on the call on Tuesday, I'll reference that she's doing that.
Mhm.
Jet for 26.1, yes. The answer is yes. I need to get the details that there will be able to be on site in person. So that information I think is going to be sent out to local affiliate owners, I think we can get a pretty good amount. So we'll spread out around the bay and let everyone know and get how there'll be like a registration. I think it'll be like everyone and a +1 maybe. So we'll see. Should be cool. But yeah, details on that to come. And yeah, please, you guys, I know that everyone is really busy. Having your input, questions, advice, sharing things you've done, sharing or commiserating about the ugly underbelly of being an affiliate owner during the open is totally fine too. And I think this could be a really helpful series. So yes, one a week might seem like a lot, but any of these that you can attend, even if it's just for part of the call, would really appreciate having you guys on. And if you have input on what we can talk about or dig into, please bring that or send me a message. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you guys either next Tuesday or the week after that as well.
Right on. Thanks, Katie. Let's keep it going, guys. Appreciate it.
See you later.